So I'm an Inkling from Splatoon in an F-Zero kart with an Animal Crossing glider racing around a Zelda track in a Mario game. Dope. Alright, so I know this isn't a big and relevant game, but today we're talking about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Switch's first major Wii U port. In the past few years, there have been a lot of remakes, ports, and remasters. Some of the most hyped games at E3 this year were games we've already seen before. So I want to try and answer the question, can players find value in a remake that's greater than nostalgia? In the realm of reissued games, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is in a unique position because it's really the only party game that we've seen. And that offers some unique insight into what I think a remake should provide. Today, we'll be talking about some small bits of design changes that made Deluxe interesting, as well as its value as a port in this world of ports, remakes, and remasters. Alright, let's go. One of the most notable changes that came with the Deluxe release was the double item slot. It was a modified version of the item slots we see in Double Dash. Nintendo's overview trailer goes over the feature pretty quickly, and review sources like IGN and Kotaku seem to have missed mentioning the feature altogether. But out of the entire port, this is arguably the biggest mechanical change to the game. Now we've got more green shells and more bananas for me to get hit by. Increasing the number of items that can be flying around at a single time amplifies the insane nature of the game, especially in battle mode. And speaking of battles, Deluxe brought a brand new mode called Renegade Roundup, and I love it. This is the first mode that encourages communication between players. Let me rephrase that. This is the first mode that encourages cooperative communication between players. Motherfuck! You can be the cops coordinating a takedown of the enemy, or the renegades scurrying around and freeing your fellow crooks who have been captured. And even if you play on teams, other battle modes don't ask for the same level of coordination. Alright, I promise this isn't just a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe review that's like 2 years late. Like I said earlier, we've seen a lot of games that are not new. A lot of them are from Nintendo because of the less than stellar sales of the Wii U, but don't forget, we also have Final Fantasy VII, Assassin's Creed 3, like half the Resident Evil series, and a whole bunch more. Are these shameless cash grabs? Maybe, but they can be more than just nostalgia pandering. A lot of these Wii U ports have a few extra levels or an easy mode, and both those things are great. But nothing necessarily puts an interesting new twist on the game. The Final Fantasy VII remake, on the other hand, is swapping turn-based combat for gameplay similar to Final Fantasy XV. That plus the reimagining of the story, in a lot of ways it's a different game. Anyways, in comparison, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has made subtle design changes that have validated its remake. Adding the second item slot mixes up strategy and adds another level of chaos while keeping the game the same at its core. On top of that, Renegade Roundup changes how players interact with one another. It's not a massive overhaul of a concept, and it's not just a couple new levels. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sits in that happy middle ground. This type of remake shows that developers are looking at their games with a critical eye and iterating on it in small ways to improve it. So what does this all mean? Well, for one, I think releasing these games is a perfectly fine business model, as long as it's done well. Bringing back old games and iterating on mechanics is a great way to polish successful old ideas, while testing small new ideas without having to go all in on a shiny new game that is original from top to bottom. I think the HD remake of Wind Waker is a great example of this, and the 2018 Secret of Mana remake isn't. Obviously, there are going to be critics who hate it on principle for being a remake, and fans who will love it entirely based off nostalgia. However, it's also important to take a critical look at how to revisit old ideas. Do we just add a couple new levels? Re-envision the concept in a new light? Or do we modify older games and make small iterations to improve the experience? I don't think there's a right answer to this question, but I personally find these small, well-informed changes to be the most interesting route. Thanks again for watching the video, and let me know your stance on remakes in the comments below. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Thanks again, guys. Hey y'all, thanks for waiting. This video had some minor setbacks and rewrites, but it's out now and I'm very happy with how it turned out. A couple of announcements. First off, I'm putting up a video for fun. While recording footage for this video, we turned on the auto acceleration and auto steering and only used items. Somehow won first place in one of the races. I thought that was pretty funny, so yeah, I'm gonna put that up in a separate video, which you can check out over here or something like that. And also, I'm on Mario Maker, so here's my Maker ID and a code to one of the levels that I made. Hope you like it, and let me know if you play it. Thanks. See you around.